girl. Hey. How are you, girl? What's new with you? What's new with you?
I have been on a little bit of a cleaning spree this weekend.
Oh, I see you're
Um,
off. You forgot to take your meds one day.
no, it just needed to be done. So I
A thing can
finally
be two things, Maim. A thing can be two
shut up.
things.
Maybe I did. Shut up. Um, but I finally got like my makeup area like almost
Oh,
completely organized.
wow.
I
Wow.
know, like
How long
it's
is it going to stay organized?
I think this time might be easier because shut up.
Maybe this time I'll be
This time it'll
lucky.
be different. Maybe this time. I'm sorry. No,
He'll
because I shut up.
stay.
I
Uh-huh.
got more storage because I think that was part of the problem is I didn't have
Yeah.
anywhere to put a lot of
Well,
stuff.
girl, from one hoarder to another, you're just going to buy more.
Well, you know what though? Okay, so let me say what started this, and
Uh-huh.
then I'll say why. And so it started this because
Mhm.
I was buying a new blush palette
Okay.
because I because I needed like a lighter shade of blush. I have like a transitional shade on my cheeks to go up to
Mhm.
the darker part, and I was sitting on the couch and I was like, why do I feel like I have lighter blush? I can't find it, but I was like, why do I feel like I have it? And I said, that's it. I can't now, mind you, I did already buy the blush, but I was like, I can't shut up. Just shut up. Just in case I don't find what I thought I was looking
Uh-huh.
for.
Yeah, I know.
So
I hear you, Mame. I
I
hear
decided
you.
yesterday that I
Mhm.
was gonna finally like organize
Uh-huh.
stuff so that I know what I have. Well, good God, I have got to not buy any more makeup for a very long time because there's a lot of makeup. And yes, I do full face twice a week now. So I do use a lot of makeup, but still I can't. I
I
really
mean, girl, you're supposed to throw most of it out every year, so
shh. You gotta open it first, girl.
there ain't nothing like, girl. I remember going back in the day, and I was like, oh no, I need very specifically mid 2000s gunmetal eyeshadow. And where am I going to find very specifically mid 2000s gunmetal eyeshadow? Right now, in half face, when the CVS is closed. Oh, let me open up this drawer in my bathroom that where the shit goes. Oh, look, it's an unopened box of specifically mid 2000s
I'm
gunmetal
not proud,
eyeshadow.
girl. I'm not proud. Ah!
Oh God, where I would find that mid 2000s gunmetal eyeshadow and the white eyeshadow just randomly. It was CoverGirl Snowball. I remember the color. Had a little sheen to it.
Yes,
It didn't
honey.
really stay on my face though. Um
So yes, that's what I've been doing this weekend. And we've been rewatching Alien, the Alien franchise.
oh good.
So
There's
yeah.
two good movies in there.
Yeah, we watched one and two.
Yeah. Stop, right?
I mean, we'll probably
Why?
well, because I just want to
Why?
like I want to expose myself to it. I for some reason can't remember at all. I remember the first two from like the 90s, like watching them. I don't remember the third one at all. And I remember the fourth one with Winona Ryder, but there's nothing about the third one that I remember.
With Winona Ryder and what's her doodle now? She's an android, or now she's like
Yeah,
super powered. God almighty,
yeah.
it's bad.
That fourth one was ooh, it was
Tr-
talk
hot
about
trash. Hot trash.
it was so wild. It was like venturing into campy territory. It really was.
And then there was
And you
that.
weren't even like scared half the time. You were disgusted, but you weren't
Yeah,
scared most of the movie.
and then there's the Predator one with what's her doodle?
We're gonna watch that one later.
With oh God, what's her name? Um, is it
Alien.
Rosario Dawson?
Yes. The Alien versus Predator. I didn't even realize, like, I wasn't even thinking about it within like the timeline of the franchise, but like those two are the beginning of the entire universe. because they take place present day and
Girl,
not
we,
like
we don't need to talk about this anymore. This is
you asked.
you watched the 2 good movies in the entire franchise.
You asked. What did you do this weekend?
I got real drunk last night.
Oh, that's nice.
It was
Good, yeah. Sorry, my neck is stiff.
So we watched do you know who Prosy D is? He's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber and he does voices in anime. Like, did you watch Ranking of Kings?
I think so, but I watched the Japanese one, like the.
Oh, I usually watch English dubs.
The only time I ever watch English dubs of anime is if I know that I'm not going to be that totally invested in it.
Yeah. Okay. So
I just do housework.
I typically watch English dubs. That's
Okay.
my, because a lot of them are very good now.
Are they?
Yes. Yes, girl.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll give it a. I will say, what was it? The one about the guy, the guy that beats.
We before we keep going with this, we need to have a little talk with you and what your mic set up. You can't move back and forth towards your screen because you get louder and quieter, and I have to keep adjusting. So, my dear, pick a spot and don't move.
Wow. After we just talked about my lack of meds. Got it.
We ain't on the ADHD ones yet, so that. Anyway, so yeah, the dubs have gotten much better.
45. It's my birthday present to myself.
Finally, you can do tasks and just stare into space. It'll be great. Could you please wait to take them until after I've gone back home?
No promises. No promises.
We'll be at the bar and you'll be just staring at people. It'll be...
How much do you think he stretches before getting on the bar to dance? He really engages in his core.
Girl, that reminds me of whenever I went to
Stop!
Whenever I went to whenever I went to God, if I get the sense out, to Siegfried's Secrets in DC. It was a gay strip club in DC called Siegfried's Secret, ZS. So downstairs was mostly a drag bar, just a bar. Then you go upstairs, there was naked like pole dancing. Okay. Not really stripping, but it was like pole dancing. And there was one fella that was called Yoga Boy because he just like did yoga poses naked on the like on a little pedestal. They were all on pedestals, of course. It was hilarious. Like he would get to warrior and down dog and all that shit. Then there was they did have one big attraction. Oh, it was big.
I think almost every one of these places has like just like usually there's like maybe one massive one. Mm-hmm. And then there's a few that are like kind of large, but like there's always at every one of those places, there's like this one dude. I remember at Swinging Richards, like his was disturbing. Like it was just like, wow, that's wow. The ones at Alibi though, they don't really have like a lot of large package fellows. I think they hire them more for their dance ability.
Sorry, with Ziegfelds. Ziegfelds, not Siegfried's. Ziegfelds.
Oh, like Ziegfeld's Follies. Shh. But like Ziegfeld's Secrets.
Sure. Sure. Speaking of massive schlongs, Maim. Did you know we have a Patreon? Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw some money. And Maim, we have an announcement. I know, right?
Okay.
Starting by the end of September, we will have 2 more podcasts active, Maim.
That's right.
And we yes, she didn't know this yet, but she's learning right now because this is how we go through things. She won't remember after this either because she's like a goldfish, but it's great.
I am.
Yeah, like I love it whenever she says, "You remember I told you?" No, babe. No, I have the receipts of everything you've told me.
My husband says that too. I'm like, I swear I told
No. I just wish you would preface it without that "I remember I told you" part. Anyway,
I think I have so much going on in my head that I feel like I tell people things that I don't tell them, and I think it's just
let me get on with my spiel.
oh yeah, there's that.
So we've
Yes.
got two new. Well, they aren't new; they're old. We're bringing back Ally McBeal, and we're bringing back Over the Moon. So they will be coming back in September. They are going to switch from weekly to monthly.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. And
Surprise.
and dear listeners, if you're on our Patreon, you will get to see us no longer in drag because we can't. Maim's in drag twice a week. I gotta work too much, but you will get a video of us recording these.
Oh yeah, being stupid and
being
it's
stupid
still fun.
and unedited, unless Maim has a racism fall out her mouth. So
me.
And I'll have to make sure that I don't show those pictures on those trees. And oh yeah, you will not see anything. If there's ever a blip, it's because I've shown Maim a penis, and that is not allowed on Patreon.
That's for our OnlyFans content.
Girl,
we could always have a Mims and Maim Raw and just do like porn reviews.
Mims and Maim Raw and only.
Why not?
How did they do that?
We could pick like literally like a terrible porn and just review that porn.
Hey, Maim, Maim, I'm writing that down.
I think it would be amazing. Like, how did this get made? But with a terrible porn.
So much out there. Anyway. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Maim. Where am I at? Did you know that we have another podcast? Currently one.
No, what?
It's called You Slay Me. It's our Merch Rip podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to mimsandmaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
Do you love 5-star reviews?
That's right, Maim. I love 5-star reviews. And if you like us, enjoy what you're listening to, God help you, and you need to be on meds too. This is season 5, episode 24, The Pride of Sugarbakers.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
So, Maim, I do want to start by saying that this is an important episode because this also marks the end of Suzanne, right?
This is the end of an era.
This is the end of an era, and Maim, you know, I normally save this to the end, but nobody listens to the end of these episodes. There are people who do, and dear listeners, we love you a lot.
We do.
Because there's commercials after that. Get those pennies thrown at us.
Please throw us some pennies.
But no, but it also marks where I stopped watching the show pretty much because because they changed nights and like it was, I think Evening Shade even replaced them or something.
I remember I remember it was like that was a big CBS transitional time
Yeah,
period.
yeah. Well,
So
their ratings were high this season.
yeah.
And then they started going down a little bit, and they were like, "Oh no, we got to move it. It's one of our like best performing shows. We got to move it somewhere."
Yep.
And whenever you move a show, it never works. It doesn't.
It really doesn't. That's why they put Family Guy back where it was at.
Yeah,
They tried to move that to Thursday nights.
I'm very saddened about what's to come because we're getting ready to get Julia Duffy in.
I don't hate Julia Duffy.
I mean, she's got Emmys.
She serves a purpose comedically in a lot of these things.
Yeah,
she really
I'm
does.
sure she does. That's why she only lasted one season.
It's not.
We're getting ready to get rid of Randa.
Yes. I know you're happy about that.
But it also Maim marks that we are getting ready to only have basically a year left of this podcast. As it is. Now, we are not going to announce what we're doing next because I don't know if Maim knows that what we're doing next, but I've decided what we're doing next.
Oh, okay.
So so I think that, dear listeners, if you want to like try to think of what we've got in mind, we're going to say that it's going to be another women-based comedy of the same time frame. So do you agree
Big
with
Sister Maim is going to have a fit?
I decided that solely. I mean, I'd been thinking that for a while, but then I was like, you know what? With what you sent me,
girl, right?
Right. I'm like, this is it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So we're at Sugarbakers. All that said, we're at Sugarbakers now.
Sugarbakers.
And Suzanne's here. And she's very upset, Maim.
Oh, why?
She went to a place that was gross, full of poor people like upset, etc., etc., etc.
Roses?
The public library.
Oh.
Are you a public library person?
I do go sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot. I mean, they don't have like our public library is actually pretty close to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I do go sometimes, but most of the time when I go, it's more to like look at certain books before I buy them because
I get grossed out by germs. So
that's true about you. Yeah.
I just can't do them. I prefer a new book to a used one. I will go to an art museum. Speaking of an art museum, girl, the Ackland, I'm very excited about this. The Ackland Museum in Chapel Hill.
Yes.
Has colorblind glasses.
Stop it.
So that they've decided for their accessibility and stuff, they've got colorblind glasses. And I was like, I've been thinking about buying a pair. They're like $350. And I was like, this is a way for me to test them out before I buy a pair. Because I can see color, right? Like, I mean, unless talking about you, that I know what I'm looking at. But
nobody does. Nobody does.
It's about the color of the Porsche that my dad sold back in the day.
It's kind of close actually right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll start crying.
Oh my gosh, like all those videos where people like they put them on and then they just lose their mind crying.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I can see color. I could definitely have.
I too can see color.
Being raised in the South, I could definitely see color. Look, did I ever tell you? I don't know if I told you a story. This is going off a complete tangent. When I was very young, kindergarten to be exact, I used to play on the swing set with two kids who were African American.
Right.
One happens to be gay too. Hey girl, I don't know if you listen to this. You still keep up with us on Facebook though. So I don't know if you listen to this. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. I know. Hey girl, hey. Come on, honey. Yes.
And the other person was well, she's basically a model, and I think you know who I'm talking about now too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so because we were in the same kindergarten class,
Yeah.
we played
That
together.
made sense. Yeah.
My father heard that I was playing with two little black children and explained to me how they were different. At 5 years old.
That's on brand. Lord, when I came over, it must have been like, guess who's coming to dinner?
Not for my mom.
No, not for your mom, because your mama knew me.
Yeah. And not for like my family is very, very liberal.
I know.
Even my grandfather, born in rural ass North Carolina, was like LBJ when he said, LBJ was racist, but when he said that no child, white or black, should ever suffer or be hungry again, he was like, yes, and that is truth.
Yeah, your grandfather was super sweet to me.
Yeah. Oh, everybody. Anyway, well, Suzanne didn't check out. She just threw a 5 on the counter and walked out the door.
When she said that, I screamed.
So Suzanne thinks it's very embarrassing that Mary Jo's coaching Little League, which we just find out that she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And not because she's a woman, but because they've lost the first 6 games. Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah. I never played a sport ball except for in PE. And there was only one that I was good at.
That's right. You didn't play any sports, did you?
No.
Wow.
I had do you know why?
No.
Fear of head injuries. I was smart back then.
Well, that's true. Everybody's always, I guess, like, everybody's always surprised by how many sports I played, like, for some reason.
Well,
Anytime
your father really wanted you to be straight.
Well, no, when I was a little kid, I was the one that wanted to play those sports.
That's true.
Like, what was it? It was soccer for the first 8 years, baseball for 4 years, football that one strange anomaly year, which that guy talked me into doing, which I'm still regret.
Swimming for that one time in high school.
And then they told me I had to do it before school? Absolutely.
I remember when my mom, like, when the Boy Scouts came to like demonstrate what they're going to do and stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, we get to go outside and this is how you put fire out in your hand and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, you want me to go outside and sweat? That does not sound like fun. What is the fun in that? Well,
camping in the fall was fun.
Maim. even before the global climate change crisis hitting the way it is now,
Right.
We had mosquitoes the size of my face in the fall outside.
I get that, but like we were wearing it was fall, so we were covered in clothes. A couple of times.
And how was my warm ass going to be out there in shorts? Yeah, no, it miserable. Air conditioning. It's horrible for the environment. I know. But God damn it feels good.
Hair conditioner, stay in.
When Brooklyn Heights' wig,
I know.
It was so stiff. It was so ugly.
I could not tell if I loved it or hated it because it was just so different.
I loved it until I saw the strands were not. If they had been like one solid piece moving, I would have I didn't like the spiky at the end. Like I would have liked it had it been like one solid piece.
Yeah, I could see that because it was just so. Whoever made it, it was really. It was an experiment.
It was. Did you see the message I sent you about the season 11 stream thing that happened?
Oh yeah.
Did you watch that whole thing?
Yes, I did. What in the world?
Girl, Brooklyn Heights looking just I thought she'd had a lot of face work done recently. No, she's just always had that big ass face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just her hair's gotten worse, and that's why it looks worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, it's like her receding hairline's not helping, and it
Yeah.
also doesn't help that she's like flipping it back, which is very,
You know-
it makes her face look so big.
We didn't see her at all in the workroom for this season. I bet she got plugs.
Oh, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Charlene, when she was young, used to play hit the potato. Oh, the one sport I was actually good at back in elementary school was the 3-on-3, 4-on-4 basketball. That was one that I could, because I was tall. I was one
You
of the
were
tall.
actually good. I forgot you were good at basketball.
Yeah, because I was tall.
Yeah. I used to have that false hope that I would be good at basketball if I just tried hard enough because of Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, I was going to say thanks, Muggsy.
Thank you, Muggsy, for that false.
Oh God, that was a sport I actually enjoyed watching. I still enjoy watching basketball.
I haven't watched this. I haven't watched like other than the Olympics. I haven't watched a professional sport in.
Well, girl, get back into soccer.
I mean,
They're
watching
all-
soccer is not as fun. Watching rugby is fun. Watching soccer, not as fun.
Well, they're hot too. The soccer players are hot too.
No,
girl.
I know, but they don't. There's something about that rugby. I tell you, there's something about it.
It's
just
because
amazing.
is it because they could squash your head with their legs?
Probably
Mm-hmm.
that is a thing for me. We're not gonna pretend like it's not.
Yeah, but they're too young for you now. Well, Anthony's here.
Honey, after I passed 40, my entire perspective flipped on its head, girl. I don't know what happened. But that ain't the case no more.
You married a geriatric, and then you decided.
That wasn't it. It's not a geriatric.
I know he
There is
should.
something, but there is something that happened, like literally, that
He's-
I was like,
It's the who's going to take care of me whenever I'm old.
is that what it is? It's like an internal feeling, like
When
who'll crush my head with their thighs when I'm old?
when I'm in a wheelchair, like what's his name? Oh God, what's his name? The old gay. They talk like this. Murder by Death.
Oh, Truman Capote.
Truman Capote. Yes. There you go.
At first, I thought you were going to say old Mr. Grace. And I'm like, wait,
No,
what?
no. That's my Truman Capote voice. Is it good?
Why does he sound Swedish?
I don't know. I tried to evoke my southern accent, but it didn't happen. Anyway, Anthony's here. He's the third base coach, girl.
Okay, that's appropriate since you can't get married.
And he hands out all the cups to the boys, which Charlene is incensed about because the
Why?
women need to drink water too. And Anthony they all look at her and it's like, athletic cups, a thing I've never worn.
I don't think I ever wore them either.
Yeah, no, I've worn.
We didn't really wear them. I mean, in like soccer,
You don't
we didn't
really
them.
wear a cup, no.
Yeah,
You just
and yeah, I think baseball is probably because even in baseball, like we weren't at the age yet where they
Yeah.
even thought about that stuff. So when
I
I
mean-
was kind of surprised when they said that on this episode, I was like,
Yeah.
I played baseball at that age, and
well,
you did all that.
you didn't play Little League,
Yeah, I did.
did you?
Yeah, for 3 years. You don't remember those 3 years that I switched? I would do soccer in the fall and baseball in the spring.
Girl, I don't.
Sorry,
I did not live your life. You did.
that's true. You were very adjacent to my
I know. But while you were doing, I just remember calling you, couldn't get you because you were off doing something. So I just did something else.
Yeah, it was like fourth through 7th grade. I did soccer in the fall and baseball in the spring.
Mm.
Yep. For 3
Exciting.
years. I hate you. No, I guess 4th, 5th, and 6th, not 4th.
Well, girl, why don't you do an adult soccer thing now?
Because my adult lungs are worse than they were back then because of asthma. Like, I can get a good 10 minutes out of me. And then
Well,
I'm
so
like,
so
I'm
so
gonna die.
the book that they got from the library was like a rule book about beating the umpire, and so
Oh.
Anthony quizzes Mary Jo. Mary Jo gets it wrong, and Julia comes in. She's like, it's this, and this. So Suzanne's like, that's exactly right. Or no, Charlie's like, that's exactly right. And Julia's like, you need to be a better leader, Mary Jo. You need to like get these kids riled up and ready. And
Shots fired.
and Anthony starts talking about T. Tommy Reed, like we forgot who he was. That was an odd thing to me. Like T. Tommy's come up so much. Anthony, why is it like we've never heard T. Tommy Reed before? Whatever.
I'm almost certain that they had sex.
What was that name? What was that name? Did you say you're almost certain they had sex?
I didn't say anything.
Who was
There's just something about him mentioning it today that I was just like,
that little glint in his eye, like T. Tommy Reed.
yeah, it's just something. He didn't sound so uncomfortable this time talking about it.
So, and then there was a story that Anthony told about his play that was there.
Yeah, Anthony tries real hard, but there's just not a lot of there's not a lot of traction on his stuff this episode.
So Mary Jo gives Julia the coach's hat.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're at the baseball game. Take me out to the ball game.
Come on, bad boy.
Take me out. So wondering when that would come up. You know what?
No. Okay, let me be very clear here just now.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't what was on my mind. And then as soon as you laughed, then I was like, oh my God. I was just saying bad boy, And then you had to laugh, and then it all came rushing back.
Let's see if I can find that picture. No.
Are you serious?
I'm seeing if I can.
Surely that one has been lost to the ages on the internet at this point. It has to have been. I mean, that's like old school.
Well, I know what it's called.
Plus, there's been so many.
It's called Private Workout.
Shut up! Once again, right? I feel like there's something that we could be doing. It's like an OnlyFans kind of podcast.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I really do. I really think it's a thing.
Well, Suzanne's here.
Okay, hey girl.
And Quentin's pitching. He's real bad at it. And as he's pitching, Mary Jo's complaining to the ump complaining to Julia about being a strike versus a ball. Julia's like, no, he's just bad. Charlene and Suzanne are watching the game, and Charlene's trying to steal signals from the other coach, and it's just, he's just picking his nose, and then there's a foul ball, and he hole in my caddy. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's foul ball. It goes up, and there's a hole punctured through the windshield of Suzanne Sugarbaker's Cadillac.
I love her getting little opera glasses.
So they switched Quentin and Randa, much to Mary Jo's dismay.
Very, very dismayed, honestly.
Very dismayed. Randa's not doing well either. And Julia calls timeout. The ump goes off, and Julia fights back, and he kicks Julia out of the game.
Let's not forget that the umpire is one of those very much 80s, 90s that guy.
Yeah, he is. Then over the loudspeaker, you hear, "Excuse me! Excuse me! If the childhood delinquent that has hit the hole in my caddy, please come and bring your checkbook."
If this was 10 years ago, I would have totally taken that excuse me, and made it my ringtone on my phone. That would have been my two-tone on my phone if I This
Oh,
was 10 years ago. We were still
God.
doing that. I would have made that like my
Wouldn't
life.
that be great? Wouldn't it be nice if we could still do that?
No,
Yeah.
but I don't have I don't have the interest in putting that much effort into it.
Well, it's a little bit later on at Sugarbakers, girl. And they won. They won the game.
Yeah.
Mary Jo said that Quentin is devastated.
Oh.
And then she goes off. Brandon and Quentin go upstairs. Brandon's to show him where the guest bathroom is, like he's never been to this place before.
Yeah.
And Mary Jo goes off about winning and how it shouldn't be about this, and it shouldn't be about competition. And Charlene starts talking about baby competition, where another mother went up to her and was like, "Has your child Olivia started teething yet?" Blah 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 blah. Where Suzanne says the most me thing. Yeah. There's a word for people like you. Losers. Wussies. And I used to yell that as the contestants after I won Miss Georgia and just driving off. Oh, God.
I love that woman.
So then Suzanne grabs Charlene to take her to the caddy dealership because she's going to try to convince them that the windshield was broken when she got it and she just didn't notice it.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That'll
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. So Mary Jo, Julia, and Anthony talk about competition. And they go back and forth and back and forth. And Julia says, Mary Jo, it's probably just because little girls are told it's not nice to compete, and it definitely is. And she's like, well, you Sugarbaker women don't have a problem with it. It's genetic aberration. It gets the point that Mary Jo just screams at Julia, the meek shall inherit the earth, and then in a very me comment back, well, they won't keep it very long.
They really are the two of us.
It's true.
It's disturbing sometimes.
And then they arm wrestle, and just like between the two of us, Mary Jo wins, but she hurts herself while she's doing it.
Literally, it's us. It's literally us.
Oh, God.
Remember those days when we used to ride our bikes and and I had that weird itchy thing, and even back then I'm like, I gotta stop, but I don't want to stop, and then I have to sit on the side of the road, and you're like, I can just keep on going.
Yeah, and it was uphill too. I remember this. I'm like, oh God, we're never gonna get home.
My entire body started to shut down, and I just don't want to stop because you don't seem bothered at all by any of it. I'm just like, I gotta keep going. I'm gonna cry.
God.
Dear listeners, I have a terrible body. Just that's all you need to know. I really do.
It's getting better with drugs.
It's slowly.
Speaking of drugs, dear listeners, don't forget to get your COVID vaccine. I'm already scheduled.
Don't.
Have you yet, Maim?
No, that's a thank you for reminding me. I do need to get that.
Yes, you do.
Especially with 2 nights now of karaoke.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Singing right at you.
Yes. Ooh, this will be a great week for that too, actually.
Oh,
now that I don't do the last Thursdays of the month.
Yes, it would be. And
This would be great.
CVS has actually got them this Thursday. So if you yes,
come
girl.
on, CVS.
Yes,
come on
girl.
now.
Go.
Let's get sickening. Sorry.
I can't. I can't. I'm done. Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. By the way, if you're ever looking for a new facial moisturizer,
Yes.
it's a little expensive, but it's really good.
Okay.
And this is not sponsored, dear listeners. Olay Regenerist in the red glass tub. It's fantastic.
Yes. I know. My beloved also is a Olay. He uses like 3 of their products every night.
Okay, girl, you moved back or forth from your computer because you just got quiet again.
I said my beloved uses.
Oh no, I can hear you, but it's just a lot quieter.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're a Olay household. Actually, he just got into the thing you recommended to me last year, which is the snail stuff. So he was like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I have." And so yeah, so that's now a thing.
Were you already using it?
I really don't use a lot of, other than like putting some like lotion on my face in the morning. That's about all I do.
Girl, just letting you know. With drag twice a week, full face twice a week. Start putting on some before bed too. At least on.
Oh no, I do. I put on stuff before bed too. Yeah, because my face is dry.
Okay, good.
So yeah.
Just-
No,
just-
I
just
have
making
like a.
sure.
I've been using Oh, it's over here actually. I've been using the Gold Bond Radiance Renewal Hydrating Lotion. Yes,
for your
it's got,
face too.
yes, and it's got African shea butter, it's got coconut oil, and it's got cocoa butter, honey. This stuff right here, it will set you up right. Yes, it will.
Girl, I would turn into one huge pimple if I used that. I would put on one night, next day I would just be, there'd be pus right here, and I'd just be pink all over.
Well, we have different skin quality.
No, do we?
I mean, it's black, it's white.
So we were talking about, my husband and I, we're talking about that we were watching Mamala,
Okay.
getting ready to give her speech, and he was like, "What song would be the best thing for, or the most cringe thing for Beyonce and Taylor Swift sing if they showed up just before Mamala came out?" And I just, without a beat, said Ebony and Ivory. Could you? That is the duet that we've been missing.
And it's actually a beautiful song. It's ridiculous. It's beautiful in its own way.
God.
That would have been a great moment, though. Now that you said that, oh my god, yeah, with like a David Guetta like remix of it, of the dance, like a dance version of it.
Girl, I love that they've decided to lean into the cringe, like the roll call being Eurovision. It's great.
Oh,
like
it was
it's fantastic.
amazing. I got excited about what song there was gonna be for every. I was like, "Ooh, what's the next date? Ooh, what is this? What?" Yeah. I was very happy by that. I was my only I don't know. I know people love Petey Pablo, and I know he's from our state, but I don't know. There's a lot of other North Carolina artists that could have been also cool there, I thought. So
I mean, James Taylor's real old.
he is. I don't know. I would have loved to have throw in some scroll nut zippers for us.
Or Ben Folds.
Yeah.
No, what's his doodle? Oh God. The one that stepped out of the fight between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. The third one, there was what? John Cole.
I don't know rap beefs.
Okay, never mind. John Cole?
J. Cole.
J. Cole, thank you. J. Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know rap beef. I didn't even know J. Cole was from North Carolina.
Or fucking Fantasia.
Right?
Like.
Right? Free yourself? They
Yeah.
could have put on Free Yourself.
You ain't gonna ask her to read it. You just gonna ask her to sing.
They could have had her doing that Patti LaBelle Lady Marmalade that she did. Screaming all over the place.
Thank you for just ignoring the joke I did.
Oh, sorry.
No. Let that go.
It's fine. I got wrapped up for a moment of like programming. I was like,
We're back at the game, girl. And Mary Jo and Julia decide to be sweet to everyone. They quit. Brandon's not pitching well, so they decide to sub Quint in for her, and Julia goes, Buford. That's the ump's name. Charlene's here, and we found out Suzanne's out in the parking lot protecting her caddy with a pitcher's mitt. No, with a pitcher's mitt, with a baseball glove. What am I? I guess it's pitcher's mitt.
It's all a glove.
It's still a glove. Well, you know what? There is another foul ball, and the glass is broken again. the what is this? Buses. What? So, then the stealing bases. I'm like, what is Stucky Buses? Stealing bases. There's some stealing bases. Julia gets incensed, starts arguing with Buford. Buford then calls the pitcher an uncoordinated runt. Mary Jo loses it.
Don't talk about her baby.
They both get kicked out of the game. And Suzanne goes to the mic room and said, no one gets out of here until I get my $100 deductible. Well, we're back at Sugarbakers, girl. And Julia tells Mary Jo she's overcome her fear of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Charlene and Suzanne, Suzanne wants Charlene to teach her how to catch a ball in a glove. So Charlene throws the ball at her and knocks out a vase, says that wouldn't happen with a potato. And then there's a little button on the episode with Suzanne with a glove protecting her black caddy. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia Wild? I did.
I don't think anybody's outfit stuck out to me this time.
Really? Suzanne with that flower hat and the matching flowered scarf?
Oh. That's true.
God. She watched this 2 weeks ago and completely forgot about it.
No, I actually just watched it like 2 hours ago. I always rewatch them on the day of. So no, I think you're right. That was a ridiculous outfit. But I mean, it's a hot outfit, but a ridiculous outfit.
Well, Maim,
yes.
did you enjoy this episode?
This one's okay to me. It's not terrible. I mean, Anthony didn't even need to be in this episode, so I don't even know why they had him on for this particular one.
Well, I will say that I'm happy that Randa made enough money to pay her SAG-AFTRA dues and will not be back next season.
Bravo.
Bravo.
I will say, after watching this episode, especially today, and what you just said earlier, Buford would have been an amazing T. Tommy Reed.
Yeah, but we've already seen T. Tommy Reed.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like Buford would have been a great T. Tommy Reed.
That's true.
Like, because when he was doing his little thing, I was like, you know what? That would have been even funnier. Because that guy's always been funny. I mean, he always plays like these characters that are not nice, but are funny.
Yeah.
So but it's an okay episode.
It's low okay. It is not, to me. I don't think I laughed once. Oh, excuse me. That's the time I laughed. Excuse me. That's the only time I really laughed.
A few times, but I will say my only gripe about it is that, man, it did not feel like a season finale kind of episode.
No. It seems like but also, I think the previous season was 26 episodes. This one's only 24. So who knows if a couple got trashed. There's.
But I mean, remember the last time on the last season, like their season enders are not very climatic at all.
Yeah. In a way, they felt like they were back then, right? Like not even like they aren't trying to tell a story that keeps going, but they usually are
there's
funny
something
part.
Of emotion, right? There's something there, but now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe we're getting it confused with other shows that used to make a big deal out of their season finales because that was a thing in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
even,
part one,
even
part two.
Sitcoms,
yeah.
Right? They always had like a big deal at the end of the season. That's when we cared about TV.
Yeah.
When we cared about TV before streaming killed us all.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think streaming's done some good things.
I think so too.
I mean, we've got. Have you watched The Boyfriend yet on Netflix? The most earnest Japanese gay dating show.
No, not yet.
Okay. You're never
The
going
most
to.
earnest?
It's very earnest. Like, it's very earnest.
Really?
Yes, it is. They are there to find love. They are there to be very, it is very, so what they do, they all move into a house.
No, I know the plot of it, but like
It's not a
I didn't
plot.
realize.
It's a reality show.
No, I'm saying like I know the premise of it. I just didn't realize. I just thought it was like all the others where it's like, well, they're kind of here to find, but also
So it's a little bit different than American versions because they can leave whenever they want to. They aren't stuck
Oh,
there.
okay.
Some of them go off and do jobs while they're there. Like,
Oh, they're not trapped in the house.
they're not
then.
trapped in the house. It's not like real world.
Okay.
But it is they run a coffee shop at the beach, a coffee truck, excuse me. So that and they're given a budget, and that's pretty much it. And they're able to leave the show whenever they want to.
Interesting.
It is very, very, very like wholesome and sweet, and there's trauma and there's some hot men. Oh, girl.
Love good hot Japanese,
Have
dude.
you seen any of them?
Nah.
Okay, well let me show you just like two of them. Not Facebook, you dumb shit. Here's Instagram. Oh, well, I guess. Where are you, Alon? My internet's not working that well. But there's one that's half Brazilian, half Japanese. Absolutely beautiful, man. He is like gorgeous.
Oh my.
There he is.
Oh my.
And he has spiky red hair. There we go. There he is. Kamala Hush. I'm trying to show somebody a picture. Like, there we go. Yeah. And then there's the Korean dude.
Does that come up? I mean, like, especially because they have a thing about that. Does that come up in the show? Like, are some of them a little put off by that?
So
Because I mean, that is a thing there.
I will say that the I will say that they don't talk about it, but it is obviously more difficult, not for him,
Right.
but for there's a Chinese Japanese person there. Like he's from Taiwan. So and there
That's
is
a little different because the Japanese have a thing about
and there's a
Chinese.
Korean there.
Okay.
So I will say that it is, from my perception, it is more difficult for them. Not everybody's very nice to each other, everybody's very respectful, but it just appears to be more difficult. Also, the little Chinese boy is kind of effeminate. He's a makeup artist.
Oh.
I find him Gensei for life. He is just
But I'm sure
adorable.
that's a thing on there. You sure?
I mean, they don't talk about it. But babe, you know what? Why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Totally. Hey, dear listeners, if you're down here in Miami ever, you can come see me in real life, hosting karaoke on Monday nights at the Gathering and on Thursday nights at Killy Rydell. You can find out all my other hosting things at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com and follow me on Instagram. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at thedivinemissmims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know we have Patreon?
What?
That's right. If you go to patreon.com, Mims Maim, throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Sure.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
No.
That's right. It's called You Slay Me. It's our Mercy Road podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yeah?
Did you know that we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes?
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's absolutely right. Dear listeners, if you're enjoying this, send us a 5-star review. Hey, Maim.
Yes?
Did you know that our dear listeners can reach out to us?
No.
That's right. If they can send us an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes?
Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Then why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, babe.
Bye, y'all.